Hey guys, welcome to Commander Lounge. Today we have another Commander spoiler from Battle for Zendikar, and his name is Zada Hedron Grinder. And he's a goblin, which is, of course, that's going to pique my interest. This is a pretty exciting one because this is going to make a different kind of play style for Commander. So yeah, let's go into the stats. It's once again, his name's Zada Hedron Grinder. He is 1 red and 3 colorless for a 3/3 legendary goblin ally. Yes, he is not only a goblin, but he is also an ally. So you can do mono red ally tribal if that even could be a thing. But he's not going to be goblin in a goblin tribal deck. He's not going to be in an ally tribal deck. He is going to be doing something else. Now, he's only a 3/3, but his stat says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada Hedron Grinder, copy that spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. This is awesome. This is really going to change the way Mono Red is played. I mean, Mono Red's already played, like playing Norin or Purphoros or any of that. A lot of it is around token strategies. But this really makes it turns this deck into like almost like a pseudo green deck where it's almost plays like an elfy style where it brings out a bunch of creatures and then you're gonna play because you're not ramping too well because you're in red. You're gonna be playing these little pump spells, but they are gonna be turning into like overrun abilities, and you'll be able to stack them up and stuff with how cheap they are. It's really going to make for interesting builds. Not only that, but budget decks are going to be coming out of this. This deck is really, you can't go any other way. It's a really build around me deck when you build with Zada. He's just, I mean, I love the name first off. Zada's awesome, but I mean, the only card, like, I was at my local game store, and, we were all looking at this card, thinking about it and everything, and the best thing we could all come up with, that synergizes real well with this card is Chandra's Ignition. And Chandra's Ignition is that one where it says, target creature deals damage equal to its power to, what is it, every opponent and every other creature or something like that, or every player or every other creature, something like that. But, once you hit, make Zada do that, you make all your, then you target all your creatures and they all do that at the same time. Like, that's nuts, That's pretty crazy. I was also thinking in like multicolored decks, like if you were playing black with it and you were playing a lot of tutors to try to run out Zada and do crazy stuff, you could use Hatred, where you pay X life and target creature gets plus X plus O until end of turn, so you can give everybody like 39 and just win off of that. You can do some crazy stuff with Zada, but you want to build around him. You don't really want to throw him in like a green red stompy deck, even though you could do something with like Ulash, the Hate Seed, in a tokens deck. He wouldn't be too bad there. Just tutor him up somehow and then do work with, the tokens and stuff. That's the only other thing I was thinking of Zada being good in was maybe Ulash, the green-red tokens deck. But honestly, mono red, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be one of those decks where it's either, all explosion or all boring, because it really is. You really got to get your tokens out, and then you got to just do the overrun thing with your single, your Titan strength, and, it's just those crazy cards, the something anvil or whatever that gets +4/+0 for 2 mana. You could also do Assault Strobe, giving them all double strike. It's really one of those things where it's going to be a very cheap deck, but it's going to be either all explosion or all kaput, or it's just going to put out on you. And then you're going to get Wrath, and then you're going to be like really back to the drawing board and having a tough time casting Zada again because you're in mono red. So yeah, is there anything to say about him other than that? And there's another thing that's really cool with building around him. You have these kind of spells that, you can target him with that are really cheap, that can cantrip, which cantrip is when you cast a spell, then you get to draw a card afterwards. Being able to do that, if you have like 10 tokens with it, you'd be able to target all of them and then get the effect plus draw cards with them too. So you'll be drawing like 11 cards total, which is something red obviously needs. It's huge. I mean, I thought that was even more amazing than Chandra's Ignition, you know? So this is going to be good with the little pump effects. This is going to be good with giving double strike. This is going to be good for cantrips. This is going to be good for fight clubbing. It's going to be great. There are going to be some interesting deck techs in the future on this. I don't know if I'm going to end up building one. It won't be expensive to build at all. I just don't know if I want to, if I want to make sleeve space and stuff for that and dedicate another deck just yet. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Zada. Let me know if there are other good combinations with Zada that I didn't think of. So yeah, like, favorite, and subscribe, you guys. Take it easy, and bobble bobble.